Hello. I'm here to talk about the pilot project we did in Posten with a brand new technology called NarrowBand. Have anyone here heard about NarrowBand? A few of you? So let me explain what NarrowBand is. At the start of last year, Telenor told us that there would be a new technology available in Norway called NarrowBand IoT. It's a technology built on 4G networks that we already have, but with some special characteristics. So it talks very slowly and clearly. And that's perfect for IoT devices. It means you can get coverage 2 meters underground. So if you have a parking lot, you can put sensors underneath each parking space that senses if the car is above or not. And you can have that sensor 2 meters below ground. Pretty cool. The problem is when you have to dig it up to change the battery. That kind of sucks, right? So it's built with low energy usage. So Telenor was telling us in January last year that this will be available in all of Norway in October. And we wanted to test this. So what we did, we went out to Telenor's Innovation Hub. We did a hackathon. We got people from UX, the developers, the business side together. We split them up in 4 teams. They got 30 sensors. And the idea was to build a smart mailbox. Because right now we go and empty the mailboxes every day, 5 days a week, even though they're empty. So we're thinking if it's smart, they can call home and say, I need to be emptied. So each team got a very early version of the narrowband modem. They got 30 sensors, they got a mailbox and started developing. And the interesting thing is that the developers, they were coding, soldering things together straight away, but the business people that they had to drag there were sitting like this. I'm going to spend 4 hours looking at these nerds. But the interesting part, during those 4 hours, what I observed that the business people were the ones who were most eager and started developing this and getting this to work. And every one of the 4 teams managed to get to use the brand new narrowband technology and getting that mailbox to be smart. And it looks kind of like this. We were very careful that no one were allowed to bring this on the subway home. Guy with the mailbox in, people running out. But it turns out it wasn't such a good business case. The technology was good, it worked, but the business case wasn't there. Simply because the mailmen go past these anyway, so we don't save much time. So we had to find a different business case to test this. Have a look at this. Mitt navn Alexander Haneng, og jeg direktør for digital innovasjon I Posten og Brink. I Posten har vi 22 000 spesialdesignede pakkebur som frakter pakker fra terminalene og ut til post I butikk og postkontor. Og de har tendens til å hope seg opp på feil terminal. Så vår utfordring å ha riktig antall ledige bur på riktig sted til riktig tid.
I tillegg så har vi også I dag egne ansatte som har som oppgave å holde oversikt. Og det jo en tilnærmet umulig oppgave uten å kunne vite hvor de
Denne nye teknologien fra Telenor gjør at vi nå kan få satt sporing på alle disse burene. Vi I Posten ute til det hele norske folk med pakker og brev, så vi må kunne ha like bra dekning enten det I Oslo sentrum som I Narvik. Internet of Things fortsatt I sin spede barndom. Vi ser utrolig stort potensial I å bruke det både I produksjon, men også mot kundene våre. Drømmen vår jo selvfølgelig å få sporing på alt materiellet vårt, for å kunne gi bedre kvalitet til kundene våre og gi dem sanntidssporing. Telenor en veldig god samarbeidspartner for oss. De lar oss teste ny teknologi tidlig, og vi helt avhengig av å være I forkant av teknologien for å være konkurransedyktige I dette markedet. So the thing is that tracking is nothing new in Posten. We have Norway's largest RFID network already, tracking mail. We have 4G GPS tracking for all our shipping containers. The problem is that when you put things inside, down in our terminals, down in the basements, inside stores, we don't get coverage anymore. We can't track it. What I'm talking about are these cages that you've all seen in the store. So this is at one of our terminals. Packages comes on a track. We put them into these cages, and it's rolled out into trucks and going to Posten-butikk, customers, and so forth. And they're custom-made for Posten. No one else has this. They're custom-made for Posten, and they're very expensive. And we have 22,000 of them. Correction, we bought 22,000 of them. We can't find every one of them. And there's some rumors that they are popular as dog cages in northern Norway. Not sure if that's true. There are other rumors that they are on sale on finn.no. I checked last night. Yes, they are. I'm looking at you guys over there. Yep. And the funny part is where it says used or new, it says used. Go figure. So we need to track these. And it's very important for us to have enough of these available, especially during the high seasons. So what we did, we found out, okay, we want to track 100 of these with this new narrowband technology. We put on a motion sensor, GPS, battery, and antenna, put them on 100 cages and put them all over Norway. But where in the cage we put it? Because these are under extreme conditions. They got bumped into each other, put into trucks, so forth. So what we did a very high-tech way to test where to put them. We used styrofoam, isopor. Cut out isopor, put them on, and then ran it through our terminals. And if it was in a good position, it was undamaged. If it was in a bad position, it would be damaged. So here you can see them on top there. And we found out this is the best position, because there's a bit of a room inside that metal thing there, so we can stick it up in there. So the perfect size for the sensor would be this. Do you think anyone in Norway or anywhere else in the world produces plastic caging just like that? No. Could we make them in China? Yes. But we had 6 months to do this pilot. That would take 3 months to send down the specification, make the producer, get him back. So we had to 3D print 100 of them. So we 3D printed the cages, and we stuck them up there and glued them in. So that's the encasement of it. Now we needed to find someone who could deliver narrowband modems. This was before it was launched. It was really hard. But we found one supplier that supplied those sensors to us. And the thing is, they were so new that the manual that came with it does not compare to the actual product we got, which was kind of a hard thing. And then we put it on the motherboard. We put it in different sensors. And this is all built in Norway at Kjeller by one of our suppliers. Custom silicone made only for Posten, only for this pilot. This is only one key takeaway you take from my speech today, is that you can do custom hardware at this scale. Costs a little bit of money, but does not cost an arm and a leg. We're all here used to developing software. That's easy. Don't be afraid of hardware. So we put 100 cages out in the wild in Norway and tracked them everywhere. This was our first portal, so you can see one cage reporting home. As it developed, we got more and more advanced tracking. Here we can zoom in our terminal at Alnabru. There's one loaded on the train there. And if you look at what we got back, we got the timestamp. We got what ID it had, that's from the SIM card. We got what cell tower it talked to. And we got the longitude and latitude from the GPS. So we knew where they were. So why did we do this pilot? Well, first of all, it was to get some hands-on experience with new technology. Because you can read about new technology. You can listen to new technology at conferences. But you need to get your hands on new technology to learn the capabilities for you, your company, and in your environment. Also, it was a really good inspiration internally in Posten, because now we took GPS, but you can connect any sensor to narrowband and make things smart. And lastly, we worked with Telenor, which is an important partner for us and a customer. An interesting thing is that the ad you just saw was paid by Telenor. It was advertised on Telenor's budget, explaining how innovative Posten is. That's a pretty good deal for us, right? Key learnings. This is the final slide, is that battery time is the most important thing. Because if you put these sensors on a cage and it goes out in the wild and it stops responding, where do you go to change the battery? That's the problem in the first place. You don't know where it is. So we spent a lot of time of optimizing battery. So in the start, it would call home every 10 minutes, and then we would go run empty very quickly. So what we decided to do is look at the motion sensor. And actually calling home during transport didn't make much sense, because then it was in use. But when it stood still for 10 minutes, it would call home. So after it had been moving and stood still for 10 minutes, it would call home at least once a day. Another interesting thing is that the coverage was really good with the new narrowband technology. So the cages would call home and say, hey, 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 hey. And we would say, hey, where are you? And they would be inside the building looking up at the sky and say, I don't know, because there was no GPS coverage. So our idea was that, can we use the cell ID? In big cities, there's a lot of cell towers. So if you know there's a cell tower, you know there's a Posten butik nearby, you know it's probably in that Posten butik. So we asked Telenor, can we get the location of all the cell towers? And they said no, because of privacy. So I had a meeting with the head of Telenor in Norway. And he said, sorry, it's because of privacy. And I said, but listen, our cages does not need privacy. We're still in dialogue about that. And also going further, how about we could triangulate between several cell towers? But most importantly, I'm a geek. I love new technology. We got this working. Both at the technology level, we get the data, we can massage the data, we know all about the data. But it doesn't provide any business value, just having the data and knowing where everything is. So what we need to do is turn these data into business value by making it actionable insights for people working at terminals. So it can be alert when there's more cages going out than coming in. The terminal manager should be notified. So I hope this was an interesting insight. So don't be afraid to go out experimenting with IoT. You can build custom silicone, focus on the battery, and try out narrowband for yourself. Thank you.